Hello and welcome to another episode of the Twincast.
Yeah, we got our guest here, Sarah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, our pleasure, our pleasure. It's always great to have you here. So my understanding is, you are a friend of or a mutual friend. I don't know if I'd want to call Andrew a friend, but you two
Yeah,
have
I'm
some.
I
not sure
met her
about that
like
one yet, but
once or twice.
Gotcha. So you met her like once or twice.
Yep.
yeah, I thought he was Tyler for a while, to be honest, but that's fine.
Oof, oof. Well, were you disappointed whenever you found out it was another one?
Yeah, I was like, dang it, there's two of them. They just keep coming. It's terrible.
Gotcha. So what are your thoughts on boy twins and girl twins? Because to my understanding, you are a girl boy twin.
Yeah. I'm honestly a little jealous because people always react a lot better to when it's like boy or girl. And I feel like it's a lot easier because then you have like a constant friend. When it's like a guy girl, it's like you're just siblings that happen to be the same age. But it's like there's not a lot of, you don't get a lot of like the same twin things that you would get if you have boy or girl.
Gotcha. So you're like twin, but like fake twin, essentially.
Yeah. Like you never match. No one ever gets you confused. It's like all the fun parts about being a twin you don't really have.
Oh no, that would be kind of weird if someone got you too
So
confused.
I have a question right off the bat for you. I
Okay.
don't know many guy girl twins, and I kind of want to know what the relationship is like for you two. Are you guys friends, best friends, kind of friends, not really friends?
It's changed throughout our lives. Right now, like we've always been friends. Growing up, I think we were best friends for a really long time. We were also homeschooled, so that affected a lot of our growing up because we spent all of our time together, like 24/7, no matter what we did, because even we were the same age. So then, like, we did everything together. So in middle school and kind of high school, we were friends. I want to say best friends because our relationship got distant at that point, I would say.
Oof. It's a shame your brother didn't make it on the show today. Because if he was, I'd be like, "What happened?"
He's lazy.
Unless you want to start crap talking him right now.
I'll do it for you
Uh,
because I don't know him.
you don't know him. Well, you do.
No,
So
I actually never told him about this. I just didn't want him to come actually, so now I can just crap talking and he can't say anything. So it's
oof.
great.
All right, so let's see. What are your greatest disses of your brother or whatever his name is? I never bothered to learn it because he's not here
Let's
today.
do a roast it round.
Oh
Go.
my gosh. Okay.
Nathan is a fantastic brother, actually. It's very annoying because I like to say that kind of everything good about me is just him in a male version. So he's actually a lot more popular than me, which is the reason we didn't get along for a lot of our high school because he would have a lot of friends and I didn't have a lot of friends.
Oh
Um,
no.
so it's not really a roast as much as a he's a really good guy and it's annoying sometimes.
Hmm.
So you brought up your friends in high school, and one thing about like me and my twin and Wade and his twin is we were
Yeah.
in a lot of the same friend groups growing up through high school, and I mean with there's exceptions to that, but for the most part we have the same friends generally. Was that the same
Mm.
for you?
Um, It is, but it actually made it a bit harder because, especially at the high school that I went to, we went to a private school, so it was really small. So it was very much like I was friends with all the girls and he was friends with all the guys. And sometimes those friend groups would intermix, but when it did, it was always kind of awkward. So we weren't usually in the same friend group because of that.
Gotcha. Did you ever by chance date any of your brother's friends? I'm just curious.
Yeah. So that caused a lot of drama because I would try, and it
Oof.
never really worked out too well. Similarly, my friends would try to date him, and we never quite would work out if they are my friend or if they're trying to just be my friend to get to Nathan, or if they were
Oh,
Nathan's friend just trying to get to me. It just
Mm,
caused a lot of frustration in high school.
the dynamics of that. Ooh.
oof. All right. I'm curious. What's The tea, the drama. Come on. Let's say okay. So let's pretend I'm writing like a teenage drama book.
Got
What?
you.
Yeah. What would be like an example from your life that I would use, but not like parody, but say I'm making up names and whatever, but I'm stealing straight from your life. What would be like a classy, cheesy teenage soap opera drama dating trifecta scenario that you have?
Right. So Nathan has this best friend, let's call him Joe. And Joe asked me out to go to the movies. And I like Joe, but it didn't really work out with Joe. We didn't click, But at a small private Christian school where there's probably 10 guys, this news spread very fast. And Joe, who is Nathan's best friend, even though things ended a bit ugly between us, everyone in the class thought that we should still be dating. And my brother didn't like that idea. But so even when we weren't dating, he would still come over to our house all the time because he's Nathan's best friend. And we still had to interact with everything that we did because we went to a small school and he was my brother's best friend. You can't really get away from that.
How many people were in your graduating class?
30.
30? All
That's
right.
bigger than the
Yeah.
school that I went to.
How many did you graduate with, Andrew?
11.
11.
11? How many girls? How many guys?
I want to say 6 and 5. I don't know which was 6 and which was 5, but I'm pretty sure that was the split up.
Wow.
Wait, so am I allowed to ask you guys questions?
Yeah, it's a discussion.
Reverse interview? Sure.
I mean, yeah, this is a discussion.
So, Wade, do you also have a boy twin?
Yes, we both have boy twins.
Identical boy twins.
Plot twist.
Yes.
Okay, so
no
you
guys have dated my brother, just in case you're curious. Well, to my knowledge.
But did you guys ever fight for the same girl? Especially if you're identical?
All right. I see what you're putting down. Believe it or not, no. While I may seem to be attractive and have the pick of the litter, I didn't have many opportunities, believe it or not. No,
Very
we did
hard
not
to
fight over the same females. What about you, Andrew? Were you in?
So we have. Tyler's never dated anyone. I have dated.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I'm no longer dating, but I have dated
Wah,
before.
wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh.
Yeah. But we have been interested in the same girl before, and we've had discussions about that.
In college?
Freshman year, I think, maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's been a while since that's happened, but it has happened.
Sketch.
She's
Interesting.
like, no, believe it or not, yeah, no, I didn't really date much. I think the first person I dated was like when I was in college, and well, that didn't end
Wah,
at
wah,
all.
wah.
But it wasn't really someone from. Okay, I see you laughing over there, Sarah.
Hang on.
Fortunately, it wasn't like my brother's best friend, but it was probably more of like my sister's best friend. So that was kind of awkward. I ruined. So they would have like Downton Abbey nights where they'd have Downton whatever, and they'd make like
Yeah.
hot dogs or whatever, have Downton dogs or something. But I've ruined that. So oh well.
Aw. You
No.
ruined it because you dated her, and then now she can't hang out with your sister?
Oh no, they hang out now. I think just in the moment they just stopped doing it. It was kind of like a mutual. I mean, it wasn't like a bad breakup. We dated for like 2 months, and we were both like, yeah, we're not really feeling it. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Apparently, I'm not a very romantic or loving person. It would seem. Oh no, but
You heard it here first.
you heard it here, folks. Hot off the press. But yeah, no. I mean, it was fine. It was actually a mutual. Like, I'm not feeling. It's like, well, I mean, if you're not feeling it, then I'm not feeling it. And life goes on.
Mhm.
I had out of all of my siblings of the breakups, that was the cleanest out of all of them. So I would
That's
consider that
a
a W.
serious flex.
Yes, that's the thing.
Oh, speaking of siblings,
Oh,
how
gosh.
many siblings do you have?
9.
Oh, 9. Jeez, you have more siblings than people in your graduating class. Jeez Louise.
Wait. 9 siblings? So there's 10 of you?
Yeah.
Are there other sets of twins?
There are, but he died at birth, so not really.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
man. So
It's okay.
my
Sorry.
condolences. Oh,
But
sorry.
I
No,
Mhm.
we're in a
Wade's
Canadian.
being interrupted,
we're
so just continue.
yeah, we're in a
Talk
Canadian
over him.
standoff right now. If both of us are like, so I didn't mean to cut you off. You're good.
Okay. My family has 8 boys and 2 girls. So I
Whoa.
have 3 brothers and then a girl, which is my older sister, and then the five boys. And my sister was always praying for a girl until she always wanted another sister. And then at my ultrasound, they like found my brother first and then they found me. So I think that God forgot he promised my mom another girl. So like she was going to have my brother. And then he was like, oh crap, I forgot they need a girl. So he just like snuck me in. And that's why we're twins and why we're at the bottom.
That's an interesting theory.
Thank you. I made it myself.
That's very, very entertaining.
No. So from what you're saying, it would seem like you were conceived first. Who's actually technically older, though?
I am.
By how many minutes?
Like 2.
2?
That's it?
Yeah.
I see.
Wow.
So 2 minutes. All right, that's good. So let's pretend you and your brother.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, you're twins. You're twins, though. There you go. There you go. I mean, I'm 24, and what are you like? 10 or 7 or
22.
something? 22. It's all the same at this point. But if you and your brother were to throw down right now, just flat out fist fight, who's winning this one?
He would. He's tall. He's like 6'2", and he got big over quarantine.
Oh.
All right. Historically, have there been any throwdowns?
Yeah. I wouldn't say like complete throwdowns, but like definitely like middle school, even like freshman, sophomore year. He didn't hit his growth spurt till like junior year. So I definitely could beat him for like probably till sophomore year. And then I'll send you a picture of him.
A picture of?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, wow.
You could show the camera maybe if you wanted.
Either way.
Oh, okay.
I guess I could technically pull it up on the screen in a way, but it takes some fancy moves.
In the meantime, oh, there he is.
What a dude. Very
I don't like
fine.
him because he didn't attend the podcast.
He seems
That's
like a pretty chill dude. I feel like I'd play basketball with him or something. Like he seems like a type of guy. I'd be like, hey, you want to go play basketball or soccer or something?
He can restore his honor in my eye if he would just, do a podcast interview.
I don't think.
But
trying to persuade him not
Part
to come on the show.
Part 2 of the Lagan twins.
Oh,
now that's
okay.
an idea.
Should we stop this and put "to be continued" on the screen?
Yeah, I really have to like trash him in this one so that in the next one it's just continue. It'll be great.
All right, trash him at the very end.
Like authentic trash. Don't do this like I have low confidence trashing that you did the first time. Ooh,
Okay.
It's all good. Let me think. I had something in here. So like boy-girl twins, they always talk about like, I guess more so differences. I don't know if do people like sit around and differentiate, because with twins they'll usually be like, here's your similarities, but with you and your brothers, everybody like, well, they're different in this way, they're different in that way. Like, is it like polar opposite for y'all?
I don't think so. We joke around that we have like different strengths of each other. So we'd say like he got a lot of the athleticism, but I got more of like the book smart kind of thing. So I think that's like some of our, I guess, differences, but I think a lot of our similarities are like our personality is really similar. So we're both like very much extroverts, and really like talking and like meeting with new people. But I feel like that's hard because
interview, by the way.
I'm sorry, say it again.
It's great for a podcast interview, by the way.
He gets on me for interrupting.
Got you. So our personalities are the similar. We both really like sports, though. That's something we all did through high school. And we were both like captains and stuff and enjoyed leadership positions. Telling people what to do.
Mood.
So tell us a little more about yourself. I guess we don't really know what your major is or any of that stuff yet.
Yeah.
My major is athletic training. So I'm doing a accelerated program here at Cedarville where I'm going to be graduating in 5 years, but I'm graduating with my master's degree in athletic training. So I'll technically graduate in 3 years with a major in exercise science, and then the extra 2 years will be my athletic training degree. So I'll take the BAC test in my senior year, and then I'll get accredited while I'm here at Cedarville. So then I can be like a certified athletic trainer when I graduate.
What was that test called?
The BAC, the BAC.
Bach. Okay. When I heard Bach,
I
I
don't
thought like
know what
was
it
it like a
stands for.
musical thing or something? I mean, I don't know. That's just what came to mind. All right. Anyway.
So that's what I'm majoring in. What else do you want to know?
What about your bro? What is you have the book smarts, he has the ball smarts or something? Like is he majoring in athletic training as well or what? He's not majoring in
He
business, is he? Please say yes. That was my major, so I'm biased.
he's majoring in business, like business and sports marketing.
Combine the
Um,
two.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, I was business, so
That's
massive respect.
he likes sports. He likes business. He is very much like people smart. So streets like social smart. I don't know what you would call that. So he's
Usually
really
people
good at
refer to
talking
it
to
as
people
street
and
smarts. Sorry.
street smarts.
Yeah, usually, but yeah.
Okay, well, sure. He's
Yeah,
street smart
whatever.
then.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. All right. All right. So you're gonna be graduating in 5 years, right? Right.
Mm,
Everything's gonna work out. So
yes.
are you gonna be on a specific team or like athletic training for what, like the Cleveland Browns, or do you have like a certain like specific type of athletic training you got your eye on, if that makes any sense? Or
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
assume you can take
Um,
multiple routes.
I can see myself doing a lot of things. I don't think I'd work very well in a college. When you work in like at a collegiate level, you have to focus on a specific sport or like a couple of specific sports, and I feel like that would be difficult. So I'd either like to work in a high school, which maybe they has like one or two athletic trainers depending on how big the school is, and then you get to work with like a lot of kids, which I think would be really fun. But I also really like traveling internationally, and I'd love to do some sort of missions work. So I'm not sure how that would fit in necessarily, but if I could do something with the Olympics at some point, I think that would be like my dream goal. Um, yeah, to do something with the Olympics probably.
Gotcha. All right, nice. Let me think. Olympics. So, do you think they're gonna have the Olympics 2021? Right? Tokyo. They canceled it this year. I haven't really kept up with that. Are they? Have you by chance?
I have not at all, but yeah, I have no idea. I honestly kind of forgot that was supposed to happen last year. COVID kind of destroyed everything. But I do feel really bad for those athletes. You know how hard they have to train, and they like train up specifically like with that date in mind and with that time frame. So like with that being destroyed, that must have just destroyed them also.
Yeah.
It sucks.
These athletes, all they do is train and train and train and whine. What do you want? A medal?
That's the goal.
Thank you. Thank you for laughing. I'll take my my applause. So you
Gorgeous.
got the Olympics, you got the high school. So, what do you want? Public or private school?
I think I'd like to do public school because they usually have better sports teams, to be completely honest, depending
Oof.
on what kind of school it is.
Throwing shade on your
And
high school.
say it again.
You're throwing shade on your high school.
Yeah, our teams were not very good. I don't know.
What was the name? Oh God. What was the name of your high school?
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
not gonna address that.
Didn't you say your brother was the captain of the team?
No.
I will say this: when I was captain of the soccer team, I studied abroad in Vienna, Austria for the fall semester of my senior year. So I was captain of the soccer team over there. So I was captain of the football team, technically.
Oh, the football team, yeah. And I get it. Like private and public school, it's a different realm. Like from my understanding, private school, you're either really, really, really good and you just recruit like these random, really good people
Yeah.
to play on your teams, or you're private and well, as someone who also attended private school with a graduating class of, I believe, 39 students, I get that.
Yeah. It depends on who your athletic director is usually. If they're really good at recruiting and they really go out there, then you can have a really good team. Because public schools, you aren't allowed to recruit outside of your district.
Yeah.
So if you kind of get the luck of the draw and get a couple good kids in your district, you're set. If you don't, you're screwed.
Yeah, definitely helps to have a few studs, Usually they can at least, if not carry the team, they can at least kind of push people to go that direction, maybe. I don't know. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a sport like track where you only need like one, maybe four people, then that's a different story.
I don't understand track runners, but yeah.
What is your opinion of the sport of track and field? Not just an honest, I don't know. We just brought it up, so I'm just curious.
I admire that people can do those specific sports, but it just seems odd. I don't understand I understand team sports much better than like singular sports. And I know technically track and field is a team sport because like you add up points, right? Is that how it works?
I mean, yes, but as someone who has run track before, the points, at least in my opinion, since I went to
They're kind of worthless.
Since I went to a small private school, we knew we would never win the points. So it's like, who gives a crap about these points? We ain't even gonna win. So it's every man for himself, if you ask me. Even in college, to be honest.
So what is your opinion on it then? If you did it?
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it, but also I can see why. To me,
it created our friendship, Wade.
That's true. But to me, if you have to convince me to appreciate something, it's okay. Like, I think I was on a podcast like 2 years ago, and they were like, Wade, sell the track team. And I was like, honestly, no. Like, I can't. Like, it's like, I like doing it because I'm doing it. But to watch someone run, like, okay, so do you know what the longest event in collegiate track and field is? Like, distance-wise?
The 800 meters? I don't know.
Close. The 10K. So that is 25 laps around the track. A track is a quarter of a mile. For someone to do the 400-meter dash one time around the track, if you're doing good, you're like 40-something seconds. But if you're average, you're in the 50s. 800, you're like 2 minutes something. Imagine the 10K where you go around 25 times. Dear God, it is so boring. I mean, I have massive respect for the athletes that do it. They work really hard, like, no disrespect. Like, to actually be in that event, you're dying. Like, you're working hard. Or, like, the steeplechase where you jump over a hurdle into water or something. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I also don't understand that one.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, I guess you got, like, your throwing events. Your sprints are cool because it's, like, done in 10 seconds. That, if you're good, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. But anyway, like, 10 seconds. But these other events, I don't know.
Wait. So there's a 10K for track and field. Why is that different than just cross country? Like, so, obviously, yes, on a track, but.
Totally understandable question. So you have cross country in the fall, and those guys or girls, whatever you want to call them, freaks of imagination that are just like, good for them. Like, I respect them. A lot of friendships with people that do it, but man, that's weird. They do that in the fall. Then you come into the springtime, and then you have your track. So sprinting is not in cross. Then you have those cross-country athletes that come and work out during the track season, usually to kind of prepare more for track. But yeah, there's also other long events too. But yeah, no thank you. I'm
going to shift the focus a little bit away from track.
Oh my gosh.
I know we're all going to be heartbroken about it, but
it's hard not to talk about it.
I have a question about you and your twin. So we've talked a little bit about your brother and how he's amazing and a great guy and super tall and athletic and amazing.
Yeah, or whatever. Get to the point.
The list goes on and on. Anyways, Do you guys ever get clumped together in random things? Like, for instance, when I was given a gift at my birthday party, did you guys have combined birthday parties and get like half the gift? That kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, all the time. It was really annoying. I am very much of a people pleaser personally, and Nathan is not. So I would, for like our birthdays and stuff, my parents would be like, okay, like, what do you want? We would do special meals. So it was always just like whatever Nathan wanted for things. So like we would get clumped together, and then it would usually end up just being like what he wants, because I just follow whatever he wants. So for birthdays, we'd get like clumped meals, clumped parties, because I think my parents maybe would have done something separate if I had asked for it. But I was usually just like, whatever is easiest for the family is if we just do the one thing. So we'll just do whatever Nathan wants. It happened for Christmas gifts also, but usually that was just because I have a lot of siblings. So my parents would just be like, we're not even going to bother getting Nathan and Sarah something different. Just like give them like a deck of cards or something they can play together. I don't know.
So your oldest sibling, how old are they? And your youngest sibling, how old are they?
My oldest sibling is 35. And then Nathan and me are the youngest, so 18.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious on like the gap. And since you said you were the youngest, well, I don't know if like parents become, I don't know if complacent is the right word, but usually by the time you've had your 9th and 10th child, you're probably like, all right, we've been around the block before. I don't know. I've never had kids before, but that's just what I hear.
Yeah. I kind of joke that my parents just stopped parenting when we were like 13. They kind of were like, yeah, you're alive. You haven't died yet. You'll be fine. So, I mean, obviously they were there if we needed something, but I felt very much like we were adults at that point because they were done parenting.
Were your parents
In
the
the
type of
most
parent?
loving way possible. But
I'm sorry, what your voice, kind of the recording was a little choppy there. Could you say that again?
I just said in the most loving way possible. Like, they're great parents. I love them. But
Definitely. Well, I mean, were your parents the type of people that were, okay, well, you know what's right and wrong by this point. If you mess it up, that's on you. Like, if your life falls apart, that's your fault. I'm not going to, like, walk you through everything, but I'm also not going to bail you out if you're an idiot. And if it's like, we'll trust you with things, but once you break our trust, we won't trust you anymore. So you're like, I want to maintain that trust. Is that probably a fair kind of analysis of how your parents were with you and your brother?
yeah, 100%. I think a lot of my siblings like grew up fine, so they kind of figured whatever they did for them worked well. So they kind of assumed the same thing would work for us. And Nathan and I were, I would say, pretty easy kids, so we didn't give them a lot of reason to doubt that we would break their trust. So kind of exactly what you said. They're like, yeah, if you break it, we'll find a way to like punish you, I guess. But we never really did anything terrible, so they never had a reason to.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair
We're-
enough.
So I think we have just a few more minutes left of this podcast. But what we're going to do is we're going to close with a couple of quick questions for you to answer. So number one, did you have a combined graduation party?
Yes.
Interesting. I know that's something that a lot of friends do. I'm not sure about Wade and Wyatt, but Tyler and I did have a combined.
We did have
You said
a
you
combi-
did. You did not.
We did.
Okay. I think mine was a little bit different because it happened during COVID. So we didn't really have much of a graduation party in general. It was like just family. So it was combined more because of that, I think, than anything else.
That's fair. That's fair. I did have a combined grad party, if you were wondering, but we were, you know, I honestly didn't feel like throwing it twice. Oh God! And honestly, who would want to go to? I mean, not the same person's grad party twice, but let's just get this over with. Give me my money and go home.
Seriously, it's like the whole point of graduation parties. It's great.
I know, right?
Getting money.
Capitalism. I love it. All right, what's your next? This is like the speed round, I guess. Let's go.
So what was we talked about you and your brother, you used to fight a little bit.
Yeah.
What was the biggest fight you had?
Probably over that guy, let's still call him Joe, in high school.
Ooh.
He didn't really stand up for me in some things with that relationship, and I was pretty upset at him about that.
Oof. Yeah, that's rough. All right, what's your next
I'm
speed
sure
round
you
question?
slapped him around pretty good for that.
At
Oh,
this
yeah.
podcast.
So, would you consider your twin your best friend?
Yeah.
Where does he go to school again? Because he doesn't go to Cedar.
Wheaton.
What? Wheaton?
Wheaton
Wheaton?
in
Do they just
Wheaton,
eat
Illinois.
bread there? Okay, well, what's the next question?
Would life be better if you did not have a twin? Why or why not?
Jeez.
Life would not be better because my life, childhood, the person I am now is very much shaped by him and our reaction, like our relationship and even the friendships that I have, despite the fact that they might have been harder to make. I feel like I've made really good friends because of like the friendships I maybe didn't or did have because of him. If that makes any
All right,
sense.
so one more basic question, and then we're gonna kind of wrap it up. What is something that you two kind of have in common? Like, what's an interest of yours that you both kind of enjoy together?
I think our main interest, which I talked about a little bit, is probably sports. We both really enjoyed playing sports and are relatively athletic, I would say. But something that we also did over the summer was we traveled a little bit together. He came to Europe when I came also. So I think we both really enjoy like trying new things and experiencing like new cultures together. And that was something that bonded our relationship a lot as well.
Sweet. So before we close, we need you to go ahead and say some mean things about your brother.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how we were going to close.
Circle her back around, right?
Yep.
Right. Well, first off, his hair kind of goes back and forth. Sometimes it can be looking okay, but then every now and then he gets a bad haircut, and like you just kind of don't want to look at him for a while.
The picture you showed us earlier, would you consider that an example of a bad hair day?
That was a bad hair day because it was really windy. I don't remember how recently he had gotten his haircut, but
Not recent enough, apparently.
Do you guys do home
Yeah.
haircuts, or does he go see someone?
now he goes and sees someone. He learned very quickly to not get home cuts anymore.
I'd have to see it, but I'll take your word for it.
I can send you pictures after also.
Ooh, pics or it didn't happen.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe on our Instagram, we'll post some pictures of his bad hair.
Oof. Oh,
Sure.
no.
And then you can vote. People can vote in the comments.
That's right.
Don't say which is which, and they'll have to vote on which is bad and which is good. It should be obvious, actually. But
All right. We can do that.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me. All right. Any other roasts for our boy?
no, do I have to?
Nope. You don't have to.
Not really, but we're just kind of instigating.
Yeah, just slightly. No, he's great. I think you guys should do a part 2, and you
I think
can
we will
get to
definitely
meet him.
try.
Sounds good
We'll
to
definitely
me.
try to do that. He sounds like a really cool guy.
Sounds good to me.
Well, thank you for being on our show.
Yeah.
And we will look forward to potentially meeting your twin.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Andrew. And,
Yep.
well, thank you, our beloved audience, for taking the time to listen to this. And, well, yeah, have a good day.
Yep, we out.